Good evening and welcome to my first ever YouTube live broadcast. My name is Fintans and I'm the world's first and only weekly episodic missing persons talk show host. I've created and run with a group of people an Irish missing persons page, a UK's missing persons page, and an international including USA, all across America, Canada, France, Spain. So I actually have a big network for missing people. It's very popular on Facebook, and we're moving this show also now onto YouTube, so you can actually find out more about missing people in your area. In a little while, I'm going to give you the breakdown of how many missing people go missing around the world. I'll be giving you that breakdown for you to tease over and mull over yourself. Also, I'm going to tell you how to become an advocate for missing people. And most importantly, the reasons why people go missing. Okay? There are many reasons. Some people discuss why people go missing, and some people are afraid to. I'm not afraid to. I've been working with missing people for many, many years, working with the police authorities all over the world, and with some great advocates that join my show each and every week. Every Friday, currently at the moment, on Facebook, I host a show at 8 p.m. till 9 for missing people in Ireland and the UK. Later on at 10 p.m. Irish time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific, I host the Worldwide American Show on Facebook. I am going to be taking these shows here on this platform in the coming weeks. And I need your help and your assistance. I want you to become a missing persons advocate warrior, to work and help posting posts in your area locally and internationally so we can bring our missing people home. When I stepped out first and ventured into this a couple of years ago, I wasn't treated very well. Nobody was really listening to anything that I had to say until I fought tooth and nail and explained to people why that missing persons advocates should be working together and not against each other. That has been happening for so many years, and I'm setting up an international worldwide co-op to make sure that that stops. Also, I'm setting up a new framework for police here in Ireland, the UK, and around the world for them to work with and garnish the information from people like myself and advocates from all around the world who actually know what's going on when it comes to missing people. While the police in many states and many countries do a very good job, they are lacking in many things. One is finance, but they're not lacking in help. We're going to be reaching out to state governors, government officials in all countries around the world to explain to them that we want to be the front runner when it comes to missing people. We want the police to learn from what we do. When somebody goes missing, the first thing that people do is contact the police. Now, if the police in any given area have little or no staff on or have several people missing, you're not going to get the attention that your missing loved one needs. That's where advocates all around the world come into play and are your best ally. In the weeks and months to come here on Facebook, I will be letting you know exactly what's going on when it comes to missing people and what you can do. There are many things you can do. So please subscribe now to this channel. Please share this channel with your friends right now. Please feel free to leave a comment and follow me up to the top of the next half hour when I'm going to be giving you some interesting stats and figures. Let's talk about this evening, first and foremost, about the stats in the UK. The charity Missing People that we work with estimates there are around 210,000 reports of missing people every year in the UK. They estimate that 2/3 of these will be young people aged under 18, around 140,000 young people annually between the ages of 13 and 17. Girls make up more than 2/3 of the missing, okay? 2/3 of the missing, okay? Over the age of 24, men are much more likely to be reported missing than women. That's the stats for the UK, okay? Let me read them to you again. A staggering 210,000 people go missing in the UK each year. Let's move on to Ireland. And these stats that we're giving you are stats that are old because there's no current stats. So these are a year or two old. Ireland's missing people, 9,000 reported missing on average every year, as many high-profile cases remain unsolved. More than 9,000 Irish people are reported missing every year, and some remain on the vanish list for decades. Many are unsolved high-profile cases, such as Trevor Deely and Annie McCarrick. But hundreds more people go missing each year. Some go missing by choice, while others are foster kids who run away regularly. Here, the Irish Mirror looks at the facts behind the statistics. According to the National Missing Persons Helpline, the public hear of about 300 missing persons each year, but it's thought that there are far more undocumented cases. And working in this field, there certainly are. The service collects figures on the number of missing person cases made through public Garda appeals. Last year, officers published the cases of 237 missing people, and of these, 196 were found safe and well. Another 23 had died, and 18 remained missing as their families marked Christmas that year without them. But Dermot Brown, spokesman for the National Missing Persons Helpline, said the cases that are published are just the tip of the iceberg, and he is so correct. He has pleaded with anyone with information to come forward so families can bury their loved ones if they are in fact dead. Mr. Brown added, of all the missing persons reports each year, about 5,000 concerned children who are often in foster care who would go missing a number of times each year for short periods of time. That leaves approximately 4,000 reports filed for people who are missing for longer periods. He told the Irish Daily Mail, if you take that 4,000 people who go missing, we only hear about 300 to 400 of those. It's the tip of the iceberg. Obviously, the person on the street will be able to pick 5 or so high-profile ones, but my understanding is that there are more than 900 long-term persons cases in this country. Garda statistics for previous years to back up calculations. According to the Garda Mission Persons Bureau, there were 8,215 people missing person reports in 2018. By the end of that year, 45 people had still not been seen. In 2015, there were 9,522 reports filed, with 22 people unaccounted, so by far at the end of that year. There are a number of high-profile cases that members of the public will remember. The family of Eva Brennan marked the 27th anniversary of her disappearance. She was 39 years old when she was last seen in July 25th, 1995. Eva had been visiting her parents in the Terenure area of Dublin and left to walk back to her home. However, there were never ever sightings of her ever seen again. Folks, and the list goes on when it comes to missing people. I'm going to give you some worldwide facts now in relation to the missing, and then I'm going to give you the reasons why some people go missing, okay? It is horrifying to know that hundreds of thousands of children are reported missing in the United States every year. However, those statistics on missing persons in the US cannot hold a candle when it comes to a global scale. The statistics on missing persons can be staggering, not only for the missing children, but missing adults and tourists also. A look at worldwide statistics on missing persons. An estimated 8 million children are said to go missing worldwide each year. That's 8 million children. Okay, 800,000 are from the United States, 40,000 each year are from Brazil, 50,000 from Canada, 39,000 from France, 100,000 from Germany, 45,000 from Mexico, and an estimated 230,000 go missing in the United Kingdom each year. On average, here in Ireland, 16 people a day go missing. Child abduction alerts patterned after Amber Alert are now implemented in 18 other countries. My good friend, Charles, the Amber Alert founder, is a very good friend of mine. He works with all our missing advocates. We'll discuss that with you in just a while. Child abduction alerts patterned. The list includes Australia, Belgium, Canada, the Czech Republic, France, Greece, Guatemala, Italy, Mexico, the Netherlands, Malaysia, Poland, Portugal, Romania, South Korea, Switzerland, and the UK. However, Europe does not implement one missing child telephone number across the continent. It's only one number, which is 116,000. Most developing countries, including Africa, Asia, and Latin America, don't count their missing people. Now, why is that? In fact, in many of these places, there are no specific laws for the missing children. They neither have established protocol or central missing child registries, making them difficult to find. In 2004, most of the victims of the Indian Ocean tsunami were identified through DNA extracted from their molars. Teeth are said to be the most indestructible substances in the human body and are a good source for DNA. However, medical examiners and coroners' offices in the US hold over 40,000 sets of unidentified human remains, a number large enough to represent a small city. Japan has the 7th highest rate of parental abductions involving children from the US, while Mexico ranks first. These countries are actually very uncooperative in returning these children to their parents. Also included in the list are India, Slovakia, Honduras, Russia, and Switzerland. The US Department of State said that there are no statistics that track the number of Americans that go missing in foreign countries. This makes it harder to keep track of missing cases abroad. However, the UK does not have the statistics. In 2008, 481 Britons were said to have disappeared abroad, up to 401 the previous year, and 336 in 2006. There were 30 people officially documented to have disappeared on cruise ships in the years 2002 to 2007. Folks, we have an incredible situation when it comes to missing people all around the world. Now, in a minute, I'll update you with some stuff. But first, I want to tell you the reasons why people go missing. Some of this will really, really shock you. If you are the parent or a loved one from someone that's missing and you are watching now, I don't want you to get upset about what I'm about to say, but these are facts that just must be said. Here in Ireland and across the UK, they don't want these things to be mentioned because they don't want to upset people. I am not out to upset people. What I'm out to do is to give you the facts of what's actually going on. Some people go missing because they're not getting on well at home. They're coming into adolescence and they run away. Many of them turn up pretty instantly when they run out of money or their friends won't have them staying there anymore. Many others run away for a totally different reason, because they're being abused mentally, physically, and sexually. These people rarely come back. They can do when found by the police, but sometimes I ask the question, what are they running away from, or what are they running away to? Many people run away through mental illness. That you can understand. Many people feel neglected, not coming to terms with their sexuality, not being able to handle the fact that they might be gay or lesbian. There are other factors as well why they run away. Some people are kidnapped and abducted and don't run away. But sometimes, because they're young or because they might come from a troubled background, The policing authorities don't put in the time and effort that they should. Also, as I've discovered over the years, there is major serious corruption in all countries, and children disappear for money, for sexual abuse, by the elite, and by cults that are in every country throughout the world. This is a fact. We might like to overlook it and gloss over it, but it also happens. And it's something that everybody needs to be aware of. Let me just give you some facts. If you've never heard of adrenochrome, adrenochrome is blood secreted from the adrenal gland at the back of children's necks. Some of these children are kidnapped for that. That adrenochrome is sold because it comes out in the form of a drug that will give somebody a natural high. And the elite purchased this for $20,000 a vial. That also happens. Also, people put pictures of their children on Facebook. Why should you not do that? Let me give you a couple of reasons. One, the child's picture can be used in pornographic material and their head can be superimposed on the body of another child. Two, you're letting any pedophiles that you may not be aware of in your area know that you have a child. And by talking to your friends on Facebook, you allow them to know that you've got children because you have your children plastered all over your page. Folks, in the coming weeks and months, I and my team are going to explain to you why you should not have your children pictured on any platform. You might as well invite a pedophile around to babysit your children while you go out on a night out. They're the facts. They're the statistics. I'm not going to dress them up. But there's so much more that we can do. So much more that we can ask of our government and of our police. I work with incredible people all over the world. In Canada, the United States, Switzerland, Spain, England, in the four corners of the earth. I work with people who want to keep your children safe. These people work round the clock sharing pictures of missing people. In relation to this international forum that I'm setting up, we are going to set up a forum which basically explains to local government and police forces the benefit of our knowledge, what the police should do. For instance, if you have somebody belonging to you that's missing, create a Facebook page with just the missing person's face on that page and nobody else. Why? Because people get distracted easily. People look at people's clothes. People look at their handbags. People look at their watches. You should only have the face of the person missing. Unless that person goes missing with someone else, their picture should not be on the Facebook page. When you create the Facebook page, for instance, my name is Fintan Cullen. Let's say I'm missing. You should title your page, Fintan Cullen is missing. Okay? Just put my picture in there and very, very few details. Why? People don't read essays. You know that. Put their age in, their height, any distinguishing marks, the clothes that they were wearing when they went missing, things that they might like. That's all you need to put in. But if they have a condition and they need medication, make sure to put that in also. Also, if you're not able to do this, get your friends to help you do it. But you do all this after you report your missing loved one to the police. Now, in law, they have what's called as a duty of care to the missing and to you, the parent or loved one of whoever's gone missing. Sometimes they need to be reminded of this. If you have somebody missing, ring every single day so they know you're not going to go away. Then send your missing persons post to my network, which is the biggest missing persons network in the world, to the following email address. Send your Facebook page and details of your loved one to fintansmissingpersons@gmail.com. I'll spell that for you. F for Freddy, I for India, N for November, T for Tango, A for Alpha, N for November, S for Sugar. That's my first name with an S. Fintans Missing Persons with an S @gmail.com. My team of people will make sure that that is put on our page immediately. Let me give you an idea of how many people we upload every day to our pages. We upload a missing person every 9 seconds of the day. Think about that for a second. A missing person every 9 seconds. But you are invaluable to missing people. You are the way we find our missing, and we are having success after success after success. We are finding people that have disappeared 30 years ago, people that have disappeared last week. But it's a never-ending process, and we can't do that without you. So finally, to finish up tonight on my first broadcast, I would ask you, please look me up on Facebook, Fintan Cullen. I'm the host of the world's largest missing persons talk show and network. And in the coming weeks, I am going to be here helping you find your missing in your area, giving courses to those who want to be an advocate. Become an advocate warrior today. Thank you so much for your support. Please tell your friends about this page. Thank you for being here, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Watch out for the promos on Facebook. Thank you.